Imagine this. A wealthy businessman walks into a store and pays thousands of dollars for a hat. Not a luxury watch, not jewelry. A hat. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But 400 years ago, people crossed freezing oceans, survived starvation, and risked death for the animal that made those hats possible. An animal so valuable, it helped build nations, shaped maps, started conflicts, and created fortunes. The animal, the beaver, giant, buck-toothed rodent that accidentally helped shape North America. When most people think about valuable resources, they imagine gold, silver, oil, diamonds. But in the 1600s, one of the most valuable resources on Earth was fur, specifically beaver fur. Across Europe, fashion wasn't simply clothing. It was status, power, wealth. And one item came to dominate elite society: the felt hat. Kings wore them, merchants wore them, politicians wore them. If you wanted to look wealthy, you needed one. And the finest felt hats were made from beaver fur. Suddenly, everyone wanted beavers. The forest stretched endlessly. The rivers seemed impossible to navigate. Europeans didn't know where to look. Fortunately, someone already did. Indigenous peoples had lived on these lands for thousands of years. They knew the rivers, the seasons, the wetlands, and most importantly, they knew where the beavers lived. Soon, vast trading networks emerged. European goods moved inland. Beaver pelts moved toward the coast. Metal tools, knives, weapons, cloth, everything was exchanged. The fur trade had exploded. Something unexpected happened. As the fur trade expanded, small trading posts began appearing along rivers deep inside the wilderness. At first, they were nothing more than a few wooden buildings. But traders kept arriving. More supplies came. More families settled nearby. Soon, those tiny trading posts became villages. The villages became towns. And over time, many grew into cities. People weren't following gold. They were following beaver fur. New rivers were explored, new maps were drawn, unknown territories suddenly became valuable. Many of today's transportation routes can trace their origins back to the fur trade. Without realizing it, people were laying the foundations of future nations, all because of one animal. The fur trade became so profitable that powerful companies were created to control it. One company stood above all the others, the Hudson's Bay Company. Founded in 1670, it controlled an enormous territory, larger than many countries today. Trading posts spread across thousands of kilometers. Every river became a highway. Every canoe carried opportunity. Then, something extraordinary happened. In many regions, beaver pelts became money. People measured value, not in coins, but in pelts. Metal tools could be exchanged for pelts. Food for pelts. Clothing for pelts. Even trade agreements were built around them. Imagine walking into a modern supermarket and paying with animal skins. It sounds unbelievable, but for many people, that was everyday life. The beaver had effectively become money. But every boom has an ending. As demand increased, more hunters arrived, more traps were set, more rivers were searched. The pressure kept growing. Slowly, the beaver population began to decline. The same mistake Europe had made was happening again. Then, history took another unexpected turn. Fashion changed. Silk hats became the new trend almost overnight. The demand for beaver fur collapsed. Prices fell. Trading slowed. The great fur boom was over. Today, most people never think about beavers. They're simply animals that build dams. But their legacy is everywhere. They helped drive exploration, expanded trade, generated enormous wealth, and helped shape the development of North America. All because people wanted better hats. Not gold, not diamonds, not oil. A beaver, one of the most unlikely animals in human history, accidentally helped build a continent. And that might be the strangest success story ever told. If you enjoyed this hidden story, subscribe.